Hello, welcome back to another episode of Musings podcast. I'm your host Gungo Mildred, and I'm so happy that you have joined me on another Wednesday for another review. So, on today's episode, as I said last Wednesday, I was going to review Disconnect. So, Disconnect is a Kenyan film. It has a part 1 and part 2. So, on today's episode, I'm going to be reviewing part 1. And before I continue, just a disclaimer, if you hear dogs barking in the background or if you hear something that is buzzing, please forgive me. I couldn't wait to record this at another time. The buzzing is our water is being pumped. They do it usually at night. Ndo maji huwa inakuja. Alafu, the dogs barking, I don't know what's happening. Don't know what's happening outside. And yeah, kuna nini imepigwa saizi honi. Like, I don't know what car is doing that right now. Usually it's quiet by the time I'm recording, but I don't know what's happening tonight. So please bear with me. Yeah, ndo hiyo motorbike inafika. I don't know what's happening tonight, but I can't keep waiting because if I do, I'll delay in releasing it and all of that. So I have to. Going straight to Disconnect, the movie. So, Disconnect is a movie about two friends that are played by Nick Mutuma and Brenda Wairimu. If you know them, if you've ever watched them, their chemistry is always on point because they also acted as a couple on Sugar. If you've ever watched MTV Sugar, if you haven't, you should watch it, by the way. It teaches a lot on sexually transmitted diseases and stuff like that. So it's a very important watch. But yeah, their chemistry has always been good. The only problem with them is that they never kiss on screen. I think Brenda has a rule about that. I don't know. But yeah, their chemistry is always on point. So Disconnect is a movie about two friends who are supposedly in love with each other and they face a lot of things in the dating scene in Nairobi, but they try to go a step further in the relationship only to realize that yeah, that's not what they wanted, and they take a step back and yeah, they end up with other people, which was weird, but yeah, that is basically Disconnect. But yeah, so Disconnect has a very good cast. There's Brenda Wairimu who plays Celine, Nick Mutuma who plays Josh, they're the love interests. There's Catherine Kamau who plays TK, Pascal Tokodi who plays Otis, Bridget Shigadi whose character was unnecessary. I don't know why she was put in that movie. Piara McKenna plays Robin, who Patricia Kihoro plays Judy, Justin Mushiri plays Khalid, Asif Sharma plays Pretty, and Brian Ogola Richard. I mean, there's just a whole list of very amazing actors in Kenya. But then the main cast are Brenda Wairimu as Celine and Nick Mutuma as Josh. Catherine Kamau, she's Celine's best friend, TK, and Pascal Tokodi is Nick's best friend, Otis. So of course, there are other friends. So Piara McKenna, who plays Robin, is Celine's sister. And there's also another sister called Shiru, played by Jazz Mystery. So, yeah, there's all these people. So Celine has a group of friends that are played by Patricia Kihoro and then the sisters and stuff like that. And then also Nick Mutuma has a list of friends. So this show, I love Disconnect because of the comic relief by Pascal Tokodi and Catherine Kamau. They're the best. And I understand why they were the main couple on Disconnect too, because their chemistry was also just amazing. And also, not their chemistry together, but the way they played their characters was just amazing. It was so funny. They were the comic relief. Tokodi is just crazy in this movie. He says things that I'm like, oh my God. At some point, I closed my eyes and my ears because I was like, you're being too weird, Pascal. Because now he's a dad and everything. And I know you're supposed to separate the person, the main person, from his character. But I'm looking at Pascal, I'm like, why? And this movie came out in 2018, by the way. So it's crazy, but Pascal is so funny in the movie, and Catherine Kamau is amazing as usual. Catherine Kamau is Kate actress, for those who do not know. But yeah, their characters are just the best because they'll make you laugh, and you laugh a good one. But then I feel like the writers wanted to accomplish so many things just to end up at a very inadequate ending, because as we start with Brenda Weremu. She's a very strong character, by the way, and of course her friendship with Nick Mutuma, who plays Josh. So Celine and Josh, they're friends. Celine is going through a breakup because apparently she went to this guy's house. The guy's name is Kenneth or Ken, played by Isaiah Evans. She goes in, like, she's telling the story to Josh, played by Nick Mutuma, and the way she went there sort of embarrassed herself because they're in this open relationship, and while she was there, she met the guy with somebody else. That character, Ken, again, unnecessary. We didn't have to go through that story. I mean, I don't know why, because he dies. Like, I'm a couple of minutes into the show, and Ken dies. And so Celine is sad about it. And then before we even grasp what is happening with that, they're on a trip going to the village for her sister's Rora show. Her sister, played by Pera McKenna, Robin, she's having a Rora show in the village. For people who do not know what Rora show is, it's like the dowry payment. It's the traditional wedding celebration. So they are going to the village for that. And you're like, okay. So they go there and we're seeing them in these dresses that they're wearing and meeting parents and grandparents, and not even grandparents and parents. We are meeting a parent, the mom, and we're meeting a grandpa, their grandpa. And then the guys, Josh drives Celine there, and then we don't see the guys during the rush hour, like, at all. That part is just like tunaona tu in the bedroom changing, and then they're called to go out, and then nothing. So I don't know why we had to witness that whole scenario. And then after that, wamerudi Nairobi, the Rora show is over. Wanarudi Nairobi again, being shown the chemistry between Celine and Josh. And then the guys are going for a bachelor's party again. Too unnecessary, but comic relief. Pascal, amazing. He was just the best. So he was just amazing. So they also go for their bachelor's party, and the ladies meet for a bachelorette's party, and they have this very, how shall I say it? Very awakening moment. It was disturbing, to say the least. On that one, I'm with Judy, played by Patricia Kihoro, who is a goody two shoes, who is like a pastor's baby or something. She's just Jesus something. Like, she's plays too nice. But yeah, it was weird. But also during the bachelorette party, Catertress shines because she's crazy good. And again, she provides the comic relief during the girls' party, and Pascal does it during the boys. Anyway, they have all that partying, and then by the end of the party, Robin cancels her wedding, which Celine tries to fix. But like, I'm telling you, that whole wedding story was just unnecessary. It was just so, that story could have gone in so many different ways. And it's unnecessary because we never get to see the wedding happen. So I don't know why they did it. I don't know why they played that part, because it just made the movie feel so busy while not accomplishing anything really. But then after that, they're friends again. So Celine and Josh again. But then we're introduced to another character, Nema. Nema is Josh's girlfriend, and she's played by Bridget Shigadi, who, I'm sorry to say, I know maybe right now she has improved on her acting, but during that time, I don't think her acting was the best. The way she acts like, I don't know. I've seen her in some other things, and I feel like she has improved on her acting, but during this one, And then also, she was just an unnecessary character. I don't know why they introduced her. Because she comes in as Josh's girlfriend, and she's this tough girl who wants to, like, I don't know, just wants to be there and force herself into Josh's life and thinks that she's the one who knows everything about Josh. And I'm like, yo, why? And so everybody fears her, including Josh himself. Which was just weird. So the girls are talking about her, and the ladies are afraid of her as well. And then there's another party. These boys are at an awards something, and they are going there because they're supposed to be winning an award, because they have a company called Olive Ridge. I don't know. But I don't even know what they were dealing with. I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't get it during the movie, but I just don't know what they were dealing with. But then they go for the awards and they don't win it. And then there's another character who was also unnecessary. She plays Belinda. Her name is Belinda, played by Ilya Frank. I hope I'm saying the name correctly, but also she was another unnecessary character because she's introduced into the movie earlier on at the boys' company. I don't know, she's a client. And when she comes, she's supposed to play at having this chemistry with Nick Mutuma's Josh, but I didn't see it. Whenever they come on screen, it's meant to look like they have this sexual tension that I just don't see it. You look into the screen, like you can see what they mean because of the way Nick Mutuma plays it out and the way the lady is so forward and pushing herself towards him and stuff. You can see that's what they're trying to show you. But the sexual tension, it wasn't there. So it was just a weird thing. But then Josh wants Celine, but he's also with Nema. And then there's this other woman, Belinda, who also wants him. Like, I get Nick Mutuma is handsome, but please, it was just unnecessary. It was just too much. And then so after that, like so many complications, blah, 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 the party. And then Nema invites Celine to go for a party, for a dinner with Josh, and Celine has to look for a boyfriend. And so she meets Richard, played by Brian Ogola. I love Brian Ogola. Any movie he acts, I just love it. But so they go and Nema apparently has been dating Josh for such a long time, but she doesn't know that he's allergic to nuts. So they eat their meal, very awkward, and then the cake is brought and Josh eats it and he gets a reaction, an allergic reaction. He's rushed to the hospital. The girls are bickering because Celine is like, you know he's allergic to nuts. You should know this. We've been dating for a while, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, again, why was the character Neema necessary? Because now she's playing at Celine's, I don't know, vulnerability or something, because now she's insulting her and like not really insulting, but she's like trying to make Celine feel bad and feel like she has the upper hand because she's engaged, and I put that in quotes, to Josh, which really didn't happen because apparently she proposed to herself. We get to see this when Josh explains it to Celine. When Celine is upset and she's like, do you have something to tell me? It was just a weird thing to do. Like, it was crazy. But anyway, that happens. Alafu, after Josh explains himself to Celine, they end up doing it. Yeah, they become intimate, which is crazy. Again, as I said, Brenda Irimu never kisses on screen. I haven't seen her doing it. So they play at it like they're going to make love, blah, blah, blah. But it's just, okay. Their chemistry, as good as it is, that part felt like it was downplayed or something. I don't know. It was just weird. But then they are shown to have made love. And then the girls, Celine goes and tells her girls. And it was just crazy. Then after that, they have this awkward dinner later on, Celine and Josh. It's awkward because they don't know how to talk about anything, and they've been friends all along, which I was also like, what? Like, why? You have been friends since you were kids, and just because you've slept with each other, now it's awkward, you don't know what to talk about. That part was just weird. Alafu, it becomes even more weird because at the end, we are shown Celine to be coming out of the bathroom with a towel wrapped around her. And then who's coming to visit her? Richard. Who, after, by the way, the whole chaos with Josh being allergic to his cake, that dinner, he left Celine at the parking lot because he was like, oh, I understand. Because he understood that she was in love with Josh. But then now we are shown that he's come back to her life and they're dating. And Josh goes and sleeps with that Belinda chick. So I'm like, okay. And the ending was even more weird because now Celine has gone to her girl pals together with Richard, and she's introducing him to them. And then even with Kipindi and Aisha while they're there. So I'm like, all this roundabout that we went through, all this, there are a show that happened for a wedding we never go to see. This party where the awards party or awards event that they went to, why? And this Belinda and this Richard guy, why? Even if these guys weren't supposed to end up together, Josh and Celine, like, why did you have to introduce all these other people? Like Nema, Richard, Belinda, why? I didn't get to see their even okay, maybe they should have been introduced, but from the beginning. Let us have a little bit of a backstory. Let us know that yeah, Nema is with Josh, because from the beginning, it's shown it's just Selena and Josh. We don't get to see that, oh, he's also involved with somebody else. We get to see this like katikati ya movie, and I'm like, why? All these characters, if they could have done a better job as at introducing them, their character development. I know it's a movie, and again, this is why I hate movies, because sometimes the writers, they just have to fit everything into 1 hour or 1 hour 40 minutes or 2 hours, which is crazy, because I just feel like that movie could have been planned a little bit more, and they could have worked at these characters more if they give it a little time, if they removed some of these plots that didn't end well. The plot holes were just crazy, because I'm like, why did you do all these things only for the movie to end up the way it ended? So it was just crazy. Things I loved about the movie, though, I love the characters as always. Wherever there's Kate actress, I'll follow, I'll watch it, because I love her and I love the way she acts. I loved her comic sense. And I love Pascal Tokodi's also. I love the way the actors were. They were strong actors. I've never liked Patricia Kihoro. I don't know why. I just don't know. Since there's Zakeza Taska Project fame, from then, there's something she did during Taska Project fame that whenever I see anywhere Patricia Kihoro, I feel some type of way. I've never met her, so I'm sorry for judging, but I really don't like her. Naseti chuki ile nini. I'm sure if I go to meet her and go to know her, maybe I would love the person that she is. But tanguzo siku za Project fame, there's something she did at the show, and paka wa leo sijawahi mpenda hivyo. But she played a good character. I love the ladies. I love their chemistry with each other. I love the way they were acting. They were just amazing, okay? I love the leads, Nick Mutuma and Brenda Wairimu. They are amazing actors. If you've ever seen anything with them, you know they're amazing. I did not like the makeup on the ladies, especially at the beginning. I don't know. It was just ilikuwa inakaa tu vibaya. Celine looked weird during her first scene, and also TK, played by Catherine Kamau, also her makeup just looked off. I love the lipstick. I just didn't like it. But then I love their characters. Everybody played their part so well. I love the chemistry, as I said, between Josh and Celine. They've always had amazing chemistry, and all the other characters had amazing chemistry as well. I love the music. They played Kenyan music throughout, which was amazing. They played Sauti Soul, they played Avril, and I love her, and they played Fena. I just love the way they played Kenyan music, which I feel like every Kenyan movie or Kenyan show should just be playing our music, so that especially when it goes to Netflix, so that whenever people are watching it from wherever, they can listen to our music, and it will be like an homage. Like, listen to our music and watch our people do their thing. So yeah, I love the music so much. I've already spoken about the plot holes, which was just crazy. That Rora show for a wedding that never happened. This Belinda character, I don't know why she was introduced, because like you don't even get the sense that they are growing close. As I said, kuna tu ati this thing that is supposed to be a sexual tension that isn't really a sexual tension. So you're like, why? Why was she necessary? But yeah, the plot hole was just weird. It was, why? I know, it might not make sense, but just again, why was that Rasho thing necessary? Why was this woman being a client, Belinda being a client to the boys, like their company Olive Ridge, necessary? Because we don't see any character development from that. So she comes in at the beginning and then she just flirts with Nick bila kuongea, and then she leaves. And after she's gone, Nick is just smiling. They're like, oh, we have had this silent communication that really ends up with them sleeping together at the end of the movie. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about the movie. Generally, it was a good movie. If you remove all these unnecessary people and the necessary storylines, it's a fun movie. It will anger you if you're really specific on the type of movies that you want to watch, but generally it's just a funny movie. If you can take away everything else and just concentrate on Pascal Tokodi and Catherine Kamau, and you'll be happy about it. It was well acted, it was well shot, it was a happy movie. Like, it is romantic. It's romantic. That's all I can say. It's a romantic movie, and yeah, I loved it. It's a Kenyan movie, so I had to love it. And I love romantic movies, so again, I had to love it. But yeah, for me, I think I'll say this more after I watched Disconnect 2, but I love Disconnect 2 more than I love Disconnect 1. But we'll have to see that when I rewatch it for next week's review. And then after that, I'll go outside Kenya and watch a movie either from South Africa or from Nigeria or from Tanzania. I'll check. I'll go on Netflix, hunt around for another movie from somewhere else, and then I'll watch that and give it a review. Okay? So, yeah, if you haven't watched Disconnect, please make sure to go and watch it. After you do, come here and listen to this and tell me if your thoughts were like mine. Tell me in the comments. Remember to please like, share, and subscribe. Comment. Make sure you comment to tell me what you thought about it, and hit the bell for notifications so that you can be the first one to always come back and listen whenever I post something new. As I said, reviews will be coming on Wednesday, and on Saturdays we'll be talking about life, sometimes about stories about me, but for the most part it will just be about life and the things that I see, because they're my musings. So it's the things that I see and how I perceive life and things like that. Okay? Bye-bye now. Love you.